Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for tonight. We have a Game 4 matchup between the Bucks and the Hawks. The Bucks went up 2-1. After they were trailing for most of the game, they ended up coming alive in the fourth, thanks to Khris Middleton getting unbelievably hot from the floor. So Hawks looking to avoid going down 3-1, heading back to Milwaukee. They definitely want to get this win. They definitely need this win if they want to extend the series beyond 5 or 6 games. So let's get right into the picks. As always, appreciate if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. These kind of picks have been similar. Some of these games, just because some of these price tags haven't really moved, you still have a very cheap Bobby Portis, who's been playing better and better as the series has gone on. In his most recent game, he played just 16 minutes, but 26 fantasy points at 4 rebounds. He's been playing some good center minutes alongside Giannis. We've seen Brook Lopez minutes have come down. He was playing well over 30 in the previous series against Brooklyn, and now he's down to low 20s. He got to 25 last game, so Portis is definitely taking some time away from Brook Lopez. And then we see Danilo Gallinari coming off of one of his best games of the series. Put up 18 in 36 minutes. Shot 2 of 3 from distance. Was solid out there. When John Collins got into foul trouble in the third, he stepped in and played like 14 or 15 straight minutes. So Collins still had a good game in terms of being efficient. 6 of 8, 8 rebounds. Gallinari is a lot cheaper. I think they probably are going to have Gallinari. They want to probably have Gallinari, Collins on the floor together at some times, because Solomon Hill hasn't really done anything, and Bogdanovic has been so awful shooting the basketball. I don't know what's wrong with him right now. His knee is probably still bothering him, but if that's the case, he just shouldn't play him as many minutes. He's just not doing anything to help the team. 3 of 16, he shot a bunch of bricks near the end of the game, which this kind of didn't give them a shot to win or come back in that game. So I don't know if Nate McMillan's going to make some changes and maybe just limit Bogdanovic to like 25 minutes if he struggles shooting again. And one big piece of news that we saw was Kevin Huerter was bringing the ball up the court at times. They wanted to avoid all the turnovers that Trae Young had in the previous game, so they had Kevin Huerter bring the ball up the court on like half the possessions. Trae Young still did it, but they were having Kevin Huerter bring it up and kind of control the ball in the front court and half court. So we saw him get 7 assists, which was by far a playoffs high for him. And we saw Trae Young have one of his low assist totals. He only had 4 assists. That could be something important if you do any sort of over-unders or betting for tonight, just because I wouldn't be shocked if he gets under 10 assists if they're going to continue to roll with Kevin Huerter at times bringing the ball up. Then we have Giannis, fresh off of 33, 11, and 4. Continues to be super consistent this series. Been hitting a decent amount of his free throws. Struggled last game, but I still like Giannis a lot. Especially if Trae Young is no longer, we can count on him to get 10 plus assists. I would definitely say Giannis has the higher ceiling. And then Khris Middleton was awesome for the Bucks last game, especially in the fourth. All around great performance. His assists have been there, his rebounds have been there. He's doing everything, so I definitely like him as well at $10,000. And then Capella struggled from the free throw line as usual, 0 of 4, almost had a double double. He plays good defense, so he's out there. Makes Milwaukee have to like second guess going right at him in the paint, because he can definitely block some shots and change the shots for the Bucks. A couple of guys that I don't think I'll have that much interest in. Well, we saw Cam Reddish not even touch the floor last game, which was surprising because he played 17 minutes, but that was also in a blowout, so we don't really know what the rotation was going to look like. Solomon Hill continues to not really do anything. He's $1,200. He played 15 minutes, 0 shots, 2 rebounds, 3 fouls. I mean, they got to change something up because Solomon Hill is giving them nothing, and they just don't have to guard Solomon Hill because he's not going to shoot. So for me, I think I still would like to get to like Giannis if I could. He has the highest floor. If not, I think you can go Khris Middleton at captain, then try to get to more studs. Like go Khris Middleton at captain, get Giannis, get Trae Young, and then I've been playing Collins a bunch. If you do that, you're only left with $1,700, so it's gonna be kind of tough. You're probably gonna have to take a shot on like Okongwu and hope that he has a decent game at least. You probably play like a handful of minutes. He can maybe get you 10 fantasy points. If you do plug in a guy like Okongwu, you're left with $2,400. You would have to go with Forbes. So you might not be able to get to Collins. You could have to look to like Kevin Huerter instead and hope that he has a very good game again. Portis is 44. He's appealing, but you're not going to be able to get him into this lineup. If you go to like Connaughton, you have 2,000 left to go to Forbes. Want to do something like that. But definitely like Khris Middleton. He's been doing great the last couple of games. Holiday struggled from the floor, 2 of 11, but he's also been solid. If you think Holiday's going to have a good game. Holiday and Middleton are both pretty similar. Giannis is the big dog on the team. And now maybe you can look to Gallinari instead of Kevin Huerter and hope that Gallo has a good game again off the bench. If you do that, he can maybe still get to Portis. And then he could even throw in Forbes if you wanted to, even though he's don't really know what you're going to get out of him. Maybe you want to save $1,000 and just keep $1,000 on the table and go with like a Kongu or something like that. Or you might even be able to get to Giannis at captain. We'll see. Go Giannis at captain, plug in Middleton. You can go Kongu and you're left with $0 if you wanted to spend all your money. It's definitely not the worst idea in the world. But for me, any sort of combination of Middleton, Giannis, Trae Young are going to be in my lineup. And then I think I prefer Collins over Capella just because Collins will score the ball a little bit more, give you some more offense. Kevin Huerter looks appealing just especially if he's going to continue to get some assist opportunities. I'm not really looking at BROOK Lopez with his minutes of coming down. I'd rather go to Portis. And then Tucker is just kind of there. Doesn't really do a ton, but he's good enough to get you some fantasy points. So $3,600 for him. You could play him over Bobby Portis if you wanted to just save some money. And same thing with Connaughton. Those three are kind of all in play just because they play good minutes and they all can have a decent game. But that is about it for the video. Thank you guys. Or that's it for the DraftKings side. Let's talk about the FanDuel picks. All right, on FanDuel at MVP we have Giannis and Trae Young separated by just $500. Just with the role change that we might see Trae Young go with again today, playing a little bit more off ball, that makes Giannis the best play at MVP. I think the Hawks could even win this game. I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe they are pretty big underdogs, so you would make a good amount of money if you do bet the Hawks. I wouldn't be shocked because they were looking pretty good last game, and then Khris Middleton just got hot from the floor. If that doesn't happen again, I would expect the Hawks to win. And also Collins was in foul trouble, and then Bogdanovich was just shooting bricks. So wouldn't be shocked if the Hawks pull it out. But I'll go Giannis at the captain spot. Trae Young is still probably the second best option. And then you can look to Middleton if you wanted to get to another guy. Let's see if we plug all three in. Only left with $72.50, so you're going to have to go with some value pieces here. Maybe they put Cam Reddish in the rotation over Solomon Hill today. That would be something for like tournaments to take a shot on because nobody's going to really do that. And if that does happen, then you're going to be sitting really good if Cam Reddish happens to have a decent game. But you're basically going to have to look to like Okongwu maybe at 65 and then look to like Tucker at 8,000 if you wanted to play Middleton with Trae Young and Giannis. If you want to, can go to Jrue Holiday instead and just be able to pay up for a little bit more in your other two spots. You can still go Tucker if you wanted to do that, and then you can go with like Connaughton or something like that. So you only get one Hawk in here, so it's not unless you think the Bucks are just going to blow them out. But the pricing on the Hawks isn't the best because you have Gallows 95. Bogdanovich is also 95. Huerter's 11K, so that's kind of tough. And Collins is 12K, so similar to Jrue Holiday, if you can do Collins. I've been playing Collins a bunch. Foul trouble definitely wasn't nice last game, but wanted to get at least Trae and Collins together. But you can plug in Portis, and then you can plug in Tucker, something like that. So that is pretty much it. I'm probably will have like Portis in the utility spot, or maybe Tucker, one of those two. Just put Tucker in just because he plays a little bit more minutes, and maybe he can still get you like 20 fantasy points today. But that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight, and catch you all next time.